Who's got the ambassador with my blade? This be the end!
Zanzibar, forgive me. Was this not foretold in shadow? Drives the ignorant dark out from neath your lidded eyes, that you may see how cruelly the dawn breaks.
A gift of pain!
My oath is fulfilled.
I require more context before the importance of this moment is clear.
And so, a warrior forever fallen found manumission in the dust-clawed caves, his trespasses made whole. You must have no end of questions, Blighted One. Stay thy wanderings a while, and all will be made clear. You're owed that much, at the least.
Were you hiding here the whole time, waiting to explain this Revenant's backstory? Is someone making you do this?
That is my own bond, one I sealed for myself. Allow me to sing, then, the final, blissful song of Zanzibar. Now, attend me well. The tale is as long as it is heartbreaking. Eons ago, in the age of Argentas, there were first planted in the starry heart of Golestrian the seeds of the 9 sorrows. From each seed, in turn, watered with the blood fire of Golestrian's searing veins, grew the first scions of the Ebon Grove. 9 roots of 9 trees grappled for supremacy in Galestrian soil flesh. But in the end, it was Hollowbow, the empty ash, which emerged victorious. Of the 8 other sorrows, little is known, though it is said they lie nestled in the subterrane brambles of Hollowbow's roots to this day, writhing in hope of a new spring of bitterest darkness, visiting pains upon our world never before imagined.
Of course.
But of course you know this part of the tale already, as it was etched on the hilt of the blade of Turbinado. What that text leaves out is that Chrysanthus Widowmane, yes, the very same who cruelly wove the garland of the sun round Galestrian's pale crown, was present at the felling of ours. You see, after the Ebon Grove took root, Galestrian's heart star guttered to little more than an ember as Hollowbow devoured ever more of his light. Each spring, a fresh sapling of blackest ash rose from the rotten loam of Galestrian's carcass, and each autumn, a new leaf of sorrow trembled from the heavens to trouble our world. Each leaf manifesting a new suffering, heartache, mourning, hunger, FOMO. Endless were their number, and endless was our despair, until there emerged a hero. Ah, you know of whom I speak. Zanzibart, echo of the first thunder, he who trained Chrysanthus to lend his voice to the longing choir in the forbidden harmonies of the Red Requiem. Stunned by the revelation, are you? Yes, it's writ plain on your face. For the longing choir and their number are well known, and Chrysanthus is not counted among them. Well, allow me to dispel your confusion, for you see, Chrysanthus was known by another name in those ages past. Xanthistrel.
I knew it!
Yes, Xanthistrel the Antiphon and Chrysanthus are one and the same. After Zanzibar's sacrifice destroyed Xanthistrel, he arose anew. Ah, but I'm straying far afield of the matter at hand. It was Zanzibar who trekked across the Shatterglass Plain, who navigated the Amber Labyrinth, who stared the withering Canoness down from her Celestine throne to reach Galestrian's barrow and the Ebon Grove within. And while the trials of Zanzibar are oft discussed, rarely do even the most wizened of sages ask, why? Why did Zanzibar embark? The answer is clear to anyone who has pored over reams of flavor text as I have. Chrysanthus, Xanthistrel, was Zanzibar's fiercest rival and dearest friend, as near to one another as their own shadows, and likewise as warped when darkness fell. As the leaves of the Ebon Grove piled all about, littering our fields with a litany of sorrows, Xanthistrel wove into the Red Requiem a hidden melody, a counterpoint to the doleful tones of all the world's anguish, and laced with a whisper of his very soul. When next the chapel chant voices of the longing choir rang out, it was too late. The music ensnared Zanzibar and compelled him to Xanthistrel's bidding. And it was then, with his new power, Xanthistrel took the name Chrysanthus. Chrysanthus bound Zanzibar in 7 soul-sworn oaths to halt the sorrows of Hollowbow by any means, ensuring that neither would ever know rest, whilst the oaths went unfulfilled. And so Zanzibar ventured onto his trials and reached the Ebon Grove, and there he failed. His blade found no purchase in Hollowbow's bark, obdurate as castle stone and steel. The most ravenous fires had no appetite for the mercilessly bitter and cold wood, whose gelid sap transformed any lick of flame into hoarfrost in an instant. And so Zanzibar sought another path, saving our world while dooming us all. He dug into the sodden earth of the Ebon Grove, first by inches, then by miles, and then back to inches, and then cubits for a while, until he reached the tangle of the 9 sorrowful roots, of which only Hollowbow had full grown. And there he tasted but a drop of the root sap of the other 8, savoring each sorrow in turn until he had the measure of them. And there he discovered Nevergreen, the hemlocked gate. And Zanzibar wept, for his oath would soon be fulfilled, and though he would be free of Chrysanthus, his betrayer, so too would he be free of Xanthestrel, his beloved. With his tears, Zanzibar watered Nevergreen, nourishing it on the very sorrows that Hollowbow had strewn for ages. And Nevergreen grew, not to full strength, but enough to brew its insidious poison. For you see, Nevergreen bore the sorrow of stasis, of paralysis and petrification, of ceaseless torment. And though Hollowbow would never knowingly sip of Nevergreen's roots, its thirst for blood was boundless. Zanzibar ate from Nevergreen's wood, passing through the hemlocked gate into eternity, but not before opening his veins to the ravening roots of Hollowbow. Thus from Zanzibar's crimson cup did Hollowbow taste of Nevergreen's poison, and with it, a taste of the heady brew of betrayal. Even a drop of his heart wine was near enough to halt Hollowbow's passage through seasons entirely, such that never more has a single leaf fallen from its branches. Zanzibar's triumph was heralded far and wide, and he was hailed as a hero, and Chrysanthus lauded in his turn as his dearest friend, and consoled for his pain at Zanzibar's loss. Most thought him dead, though a scant few scholars suspected elsewise, and in a long-forgotten cave, Chrysanthus built a tomb in the hopes of one day finding his rest with his wearied companion. In the end, however, with Zanzibar preserved, Chrysanthus too was doomed to unending. Even after his body perished from this world, his spirit lingered on as a myrmidon, bound through the Red Requiem and Zanzibar's oaths. It was long said that, should he ever find his rest to join Zanzibar, their oaths would be fulfilled, and they might know a measure of peace at last. But until now, it was thought to be idle fancy and myth. Now you know the lard of it, and you would do well not to forget. Such lessons, hard as they are in their learning, are often harder still in repeating. Farewell, Blighted One, and may you never see another leaf fall. If you like my story, please leave a comment in the cupped ear of a sleeping pigeon on a moonless night.